Hello and good morning to all. A prayer. I got to start with a prayer after ingesting all that I have. Father God, we've all been bamboozled by the curriculum for life, and especially for those feeling like poverty is their only option or betraying each other is their only way to gain education and prosperity. Jesus, we all bleed the same as you know, as you provided. Father God, it is your will we must adhere to, as is declared, as is written in Romans 12:2. And may beatitudes govern all interaction. And in times of challenges where Satan wants you to be evil, dark, or in any way negative, may 1 Corinthians chapter 13 be the rules of engagement and the terms and conditions for what should be done. May sovereign rights and the righteousness in such take over, as right now the lights are so dark because right and wrong are almost BFF based on the corrupt legal system. And Lord, may we get back to the righteousness where law, unlawful, and lawfulness are the true ways that just act are taken by every soul born and every spirit of life that takes actions. In your name, I will always sing praise. Amen. All right. So here's the deal. Please read the article. Go to my page on Facebook regarding what Booker T. Washington did and how W.E.B. Du Bois said heck to the no when he realized that Booker T. Washington was more about the politics and piecing us off, which kept some very laissez-faire, very lazy, and definitely motivated some. But because of the division set up in, okay, white supremacy is still going to rule, but at least we can get jobs. Here we are. Same, 100 decades later. You know, I'm not bamboozled by this. I was wondering why we repeatedly do something, but the original leadership that first stood up was divided. It's the equivalent of that, the politics that we now deal with. It is important that we do something, especially millennials. You cannot just continue the divisiveness, which includes fighting, which includes Dred Scott and Willie Lynch syndrome for certain folks that always feel I got to find out what's wrong and take care of that versus I have to receive only what's right and always cleanse what's wrong. Your network change, your transformation happens, you've renewed your mind, and you have not conformed. So please read that article. Go to my Facebook page. It's clear and there's evidence. We are the problem. No doubt. We rise up. Let's say Black Wall Street is restored, Tristan. Let's say all of us are no longer willing to betray each other so one receives. Because again, diversity is a plateau, not the only way to go. Unity is universal, rises one accord. That's where we got to go. Otherwise, the Trump president is going to be our pothole for the rest of our life. Please read the article that was written by the Institute in Yale about Booker T. Washington and William E.B. Du Bois that I posted on my page. That said, hell yeah, I'm going to sing a song. I don't care if I mess it up, but Matt West says it just right. Yeah, we got to do something. Quit whining, quit backstabbing, and quit wondering what's going on and all the secrets that are hidden. I woke up this morning, saw a world full of trouble now. Thought, how we get so far down? How's it ever going to turn around? So I turned my hands to heaven and I said, God, why don't you do something? Well, I couldn't bear the thought of people living in poverty and children sold in slavery, and the thought disgusted me. So I shook my fist to heaven, said, God, why don't you do something? He says, I did. I created you. Are you listening? If not us, then who? If not me and you, right now. Come on. It's time for us to do something, do something. If not now, then when will we see an end to all this pain, hate, and suffering? It's not enough to do nothing. It's time for us to do something. La, 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 la. So tired of talking about we are the hands and feet. It's easier to say than be. And this life been inside of me. No apathy works. We tell ourselves, oh, somebody will do something. It's your turn, my turn, and stop getting in my way. Then I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of life without fire. I'm going to set the fire. Oh, let me tell you, I want to be the one that stands up. I'm going to do something. Let's get her done. I can't do it by myself. You might be the one. If not us, then when? If not me and you, right now. Come on. It's time for us to do something. End white supremacy with kindness. If not when will you do what you gifted to do right now? We got to get rid of this pain, this hate, and this suffering. It's not enough anymore to do nothing. It's time to do something. You know we're the salt of the earth, but we're not doing nothing. I have a problem. I don't know what to do. I would really like some chiming in. I got kicked out of my own stream of income simply because I cared too much about a pregnant lady. I don't know if you've ever been to Costco, but it's incredibly crazy how they move up and down the aisle, swiping, not even listening, and keep going. Problem was, my product looked like orange juice. And this lady already looking PO'd at the world, coming down with a crinkled brow almost down to her mouth. And then she shoots over and grabs my product. Hey, do you know what you grabbed? I'm sorry, can you come back and read the box? She kept moving. If you don't really know me, I love kids. And this baby didn't ask to come here, and I didn't want to be the one that set her up with issues. Children are our hope. So I see her later. Hey, ma'am, can you read this? Later, I'm told I could no longer work there at Costco's, even though I rose the sales and the product in 5 of the stores in Wisconsin. But because that lady abused her privilege of being white, and she spends $15,000, it don't matter. I am disposable. That just ended a class. It's determined if I pass, if I go evil. Guaranteed, if I wanted to, I'd be a successful criminal. But that ain't who I am, that ain't who I need to be and what I'm supposed to do, and therefore, I only answer to one person. You know what? It's critically important that we live life making a living, not just for ourselves. The unity is the key, not the diversity. At this point, it's a scam because it's doing nothing. It's stealing people, just like everyone thinks, oh, well, grace is not for production. I'm not supposed to do anything. Well, why the heck did God tell you to love thy neighbor as thyself? That means my Euro neighbor will not call the cops on me because he doesn't recognize that big chocolate person walking down the street. That means instead, they look out, recognize, and say, hey, have a good walk, sir. Hey, all in, come join me. That would be a good deal. Unity begins. Community will not be restored without family coming together. Yeah, this is a huge mountain to climb. But with God, we can make it happen in epic time. It is important. My church, Mount Zion, is spot on. After I've been talking about something forever, the Romans 12:2 being our terms and conditions for living, interaction being beatitudes, and in difficult times and trying to get over the mountain and not hold a grudge, betrayal, or revenge. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 for the terms and conditions. Period. Otherwise, we're going to keep trying to kiss each other's ass to get a job. We're going to keep trying to toss each other to the side to make sure they don't prosper, achieve their goal. Remember, when you're out of high school, bullies grow up, they're in the same job you are. They are now the saboteur. Love each other like we're supposed to be loving each other. I am fiercely scared, but fiercely prepared to do something because of that punk Trump. Putin is his dad. He's there kissing that butt. That was that private meeting for sure. Let me tell you something too about us calling each other the a-hole. Everybody is. Everybody has one. But the pertinent thing is how you use it. Some people like to shit on you. I'm a fertilizer. Let's grow something much better. Now, lastly, I should say, once again, please read that article from the Yale University that I put up regarding Booker T. Washington selling us out again for his own personal gains for the most part, and Du Bois intervening. You know what? Since I got some listeners, please, are you Du Bois in your acts in this life, or are you Booker? Which means, are you all about being PC correct and protecting all of these material things, including your flesh? Are you spiritually ready to die and come back alive, just like Christ? Even if you don't believe in God, what else would work right now other than, all right, I need to get a gun too. Maybe I'll get that one. Yeah, I definitely need one of those that the war guys use because I don't know how fast everybody else is. Anybody here ready to pull a gun on someone immediately because of how they look and what the media is trying to get us to begin a civil war about? If they care, we would not be where we are. Trump, he should be dumped. Right now, he's just solidifying, in my mind, that he ain't about America. 6 bankruptcies later, Putin helping him out. Yeah, we are being sold away. Congress, remember, that's the board of directors. They're not even intervening like they're supposed to with this current president. Now back to us as we the people, for the people that need to get back by the people. So you are really there for the people. Excuse me, the pig burst out, my bad. But recently, another thing happened. It seems like certain folks, doesn't mean the chocolate or the Mexican or the Asian or the anyone in Middle Eastern is supposed to get their guns and start pointing at each other or even team up as that kind of army. We need God's army, nothing else. Otherwise, get ready to kill your neighbor. I will die. I'm not going to carry a gun. Because anyway, I'd hesitate before I killed him. Like, maybe that guy is not who I think he is. Hey, Pop, how you doing? So glad to meet you. I hope I get those angels' wings. Can I have Gabriel's? Sir, I really don't want to keep Tinkerbells. I've been fluttering around my whole life. Anyway, we've got to do something. Please study Romans 12:2. Beatitudes, memorize them. Romans 12:2. Refer to it or memorize it. So in that spontaneous moment, someone's trying to aggravate you. That's the key for some who are not soulful and spirits of life for life. There's they're Satan's minions trying to aggravate. And that could be black, white, Asian, whatever. Just the need to get that person removed. It's just a new way instead of saying for black or white. Now they can call the cops to eliminate black from white, from Asian. I'm just saying because I've had to crinkle brow on all of those, meaning only to do what someone that's much lighter than me follows in and gets done. It's okay. God's will is all I got, and that's my wealth. And yes, sometimes I move over to back to free will because I'm so irritated with nothing being done. We got to do something. All right, about out of time here, so I just want to be critical in some things because I'm bamboozled that, well, I'm no longer bamboozled about why African Americans treat each other the way they do. Booker dumbed down Black Lives Matter. Booker T. Washington. And Du Bois did his best to lift us up, but there were so many people comfy in the servitude. Here we are. Back then, they even tried to push us out, saying we are not qualified for jobs. Recently, I saw a young blood on Instagram saying, we're scientists. Heck to the yes. Many more. Study that. See how many ideas have been stolen and definitely given away for more freedom, but not ultimate freedom that prosperity gives each family in their legacy. Anyway, we're all the same. If we don't change, then we will definitely not be able to survive. Forget about thrive. You got to do it a certain way. You know, I want to say something to everyone. In a spirit of humility, meekness, I go meek. I'm going meek, and definitely because of Christ-like love. There's chaos, calamity in the world, so much hurt, distrust, destruction. Kids are killed, police are killed. We need to do something, not just say something. When anyone is killed, anyone present that knows it's unjust needs to say something. Without saying something, we're saying something. Silence is a privilege. It's a benefit to some, but not to everyone. There's, as I said before, many layers of influence and access to emancipation. We all bleed the same. We're all beautiful when we come together. We all bleed the same. Oh, Lord. Oh, tell me why we're divided. Woke up today, another headline, another innocent life is taken in the name of hatred. So hard to take. And if you think that it's all good, then you're mistaken, 'cause my heart is breaking. Are you left? Are you right? Pointing fingers, taking sides. When are we gonna realize we're all bleed the same? We're all beautiful when we come together. We all bleed the same. So tell me why we're divided. If we're gonna fight, let's fight for each other. If we're gonna shout, let love be the cry. We all bleed the same. So tell me why we're divided. Tell me who we to judge someone by the kind of clothes they're wearing or the color of their skin. Are you black? Are you white? Aren't we all the same inside? When are we gonna realize we all bleed the same? We're all beautiful when we come together. We all bleed the same. Father, tell me why we stay divided. If we're gonna fight, let's fight for each other. If we're gonna shout, let love be the cry. We all bleed the same. So tell me why we're divided. Only love can drive out all the darkness. What are we fighting for? Boom, 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 boom. We were made to carry one another. We were made for more. Said only love can drive out all this darkness. What are we fighting for? Hey, we were made to carry one another. We were made for more. Peter, we all bleed the same. Isn't that right, Tammy? Gideon, we're all beautiful when we come together. Debbie, we all bleed the same. I got you, Irvin. So tell me why we're divided. If we're gonna fight, let's fight for each other. If we're gonna shout, please let love be the cry. We all bleed the same. We are human. We are beings. The race is over. That's why you are seen. You are born. There was a great race in a big football game, the Olympic game for humans. Once born, the race is over. The race is over. Let's bring back human kindness. Don't take lightly the word kin. K-I-N. All right. We've been emotional. So I'm going to check out now because I got to check out of this room. I'm almost out of time. Appreciate whatever you got out of this, whatever you get back as far as feedback. We are the ones. There's a reason why the resiliency is so huge. Though, what is it, 14, 15% of the USA is what they consider African Americans. Just so you know, Black, African Americans, white, Caucasian, Negroid, all of those are legal terms. Check out the Black's Law Dictionary that the attorneys use and see how this corporation called the United States of America has definitely set us up, such as policy and procedure. That's to police enforcing. Same word, starting, derived from politics, the polytricksters. The most infamous polytrickster to date has been Punk Trump. OMG. Other countries must think America is super stupid. Why let a guy lead you in the direction that Trump is leading? It's nothing but division. But again, we all bleed the same. I still have most hope in 95%, 90% of the issues we call racism is due to ignorance. So that's their rationalism. Enculturated in this country, by the way, we're one culture, enculturated differently for the division. So as you hunt for livelihood, what you receive or what you don't. And then, because God told us not to be eating the stuff crawling around the bottom of the water, but we chose, too many of us chose to accept that, believe that's all we can do, instead of giving up like God said. Grace is for production, not just for receipt. Again, if you don't believe in God, honestly, I've met people that atheists that are more Christian in acts than Christian, who go to church, put on their acting, take off their acting clothes and leave. Anyway, I'm all done. Totally wish you caught the prayer in the beginning. Let's get her done. We are on one accord. Yes, we might send a bunch of drones to take out the leaders. However, maybe what some that have helped the African Americans rise as high as they chose, definitely they're more fearful now because of how intense the mafioso American corporation is. However, freaking 60 years old, I got nothing to do. I'm not allowed to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm still going to do that. But after my friend and professor and deacon at the church did the leadership in the vacation Bible study that she did and pointed out some things, it turned on something relative to the chemicals that we produce called thoughts and what they tell our body to do. We're in circumstance because of mindset. Stance. We need more mindfulness for sure, for the expanse. God is waiting for, the world needs. We led as Buffalo Soldiers. We led in many ways as the scientists too. Come back. Frick those games, those video games, and what other people think and believe about you. Go forward, leave way far behind the negatives. Doing my best. Thanks for letting me vent right here. All right. Be ever wonderful. Live from your dream. Don't chase it. You got gifts that are supposed to be given. Don't report to God and think you can whine and give him a bunch of reasons and alibis, because even though I'm getting screwed, I have to look at it. That alibi is expired. So, sales or whatever, my goal is to give back when I get back. Peace, love, happiness, joy for sure, and be ever wonderful in all that you believe in. All right, I'm really leaving now. Bye bye.